At this point in time, I need to do things slightly differently. You may remember a message that we had a short while ago from Sergeant Waboksha, stating that one of the police officers involved in this case has been poisoned. Well, that poison is heading our way. Now, this game is all about trial and error. You don't actually find out that you have been poisoned until it's too late. I'm not sure whether the timing of this poisoning is set in stone, or if it's randomized, or if it is triggered by a certain something in the game. But I believe I have about 100 turns at this point in time to circumvent it. So there are more people to speak to, and there are more areas to explore, but I would like to live and finish this game, so I need to speed past certain areas.
Steady, aliens. Remember what happened the last time you went into a gambling hall? You pawned me for a game of blackjack.
We start off by speaking to a certain someone. Hi there. Click, snap, snap, rattle.
Autotons are some of the toughest customers in the known universe. Looking like they originated in the third circle of hell probably helps.
If you touch me, you're gonna need assistance breathing.
Yeah, that fist looks quite dangerous. You may notice the rather large ears and the lack of eyes, or I'm guessing that they do have eyes of some sort, but this species relies primarily on hearing.
Greetings. I'd slap tails with you, but as you can see, I don't have a tail. Name's Alias. What's yours?
Click, snap, snap, rattle. Now get out of here before I knock your kneecaps off, alias. Is there a Jerry Lewis lookalike contest tonight in the Howdy Bar? You're a shoo-in. No, wait. That's on Thursdays. Look, if you ain't interested in a little transaction, leave me the slurps alone. You're interested in the big C-bomb, huh? I could help you out, I think, for a price.
Yeah, I don't think that he is going to give it away for free. Although there is no harm asking.
The only orders I take are for merchandise, pal.
So if a guy was interested in some high-grade stuff, who would he talk to?
If a guy had plenty of cash and was interested in some high-grade stuff, he'd naturally talk to me.
You, huh? Why you?
Because I'm an autoton, and we run the biggest scores around.
Well, I got plenty of cash, and I am talking to you. What a coincidence.
Lucky for you, I was hanging out in this dump with one massive stash.
So how'd you score this massive stash?
I I manufactured it myself, of course. That's how I can ensure the quality of my stuff.
You must be pretty sharp to come off planet with a major stash.
Yeah, man, 1 kilo of uncut cerebomb. You have to be pretty smart to get past the authorities. If the narcs catch you, you're twisted. But it was a piece of cake.
So, what are your plans?
Once I unload my stash, I'm going back to Rumble Pang. I'm gonna buy me the biggest tree around and get my own operation going. I'll be the man. I'll have 10 guys working for me.
Well, we are currently in the safe house. And we need to make one final batch of Cerebomb. But the problem is, your authorities know where we are. They've alarmed the doorway. And as soon as we enter or exit the door, without using this code, they will chase after us. We do have some time. Unfortunately, this area is going to get rather loud at certain points. And unfortunately, I believe I have said before that there is only one slider for sound. So if I turn down the background noises, unfortunately I turn down the voice acting as well. Right, first let's check the map and the logs. So it is slightly interactive again. Well, I say slightly interactive. It tracks our location. Eight 8300. That sounds like a good number to remember. Non-viral laryngitis. So I'm guessing that click, snap, snap, rattle won't be doing a lot of talking. But I'm sure we will still have some internal monologue. Groan, groan, bark and gurgle. Well, at least it's nice to know that if we get caught, we will have some kind of defense.
Ah, the Cerebomb recipe.
Now, I believe that this recipe remains the same apart from whose legs that we need. I will get there eventually, but for now, let's have a look around.
It looks like a delicious and comfortable bed with good club arm support. Say, it's not bad. Ah.
As I mentioned before, this species relies heavily on their ears.
An ancient wooden clock that has been fused into the wooden walls of the chamber. Say, this is one classy safe house.
So if we make some noise, it helps with their vision.
The rainwater dripping through the fine mesh ceiling as we cleverly channel into this small and unobtrusive waterfall. There seems to be a space beyond the waterfall. I might even be able to squeeze inside.
Aha! It is slightly quieter in here. Let us take a look at our inventory. That's the paper that we read right at the start.
This is the note I found in the usual drop spot early this morning.
This is what we use to disable the security door.
Those tablets are what you pop if you need to come down fast. Just a half a tablet will slow your body functions to 10% of normal. Looks like there's some fine print on it. Printing is small enough to make a glandicorn go cross-eyed. Let's see. Avoid operating heavy machinery or pneumatic lifts for 30 minutes after ingestion. Yum. Soccer fruit jelly. I haven't had this stuff since I was a wee little hoodlum. Flutterweed, an herb found in moon-drenched clearings on the surface below. Highly narcotic, highly addictive, highly illegal. And because of the dangers of traveling to the surface to collect it, very, very expensive.
Here is our drug manufacturing table. Before then, we need to collect more ingredients.
The insects must have escaped from these jars.
We have a crack, snap, plop, a crunch crunch, and a twitter peep. But unfortunately, right now we do not know how to identify them.
It looks like a giant glandicorn, a key ingredient in many synthetic drugs. Funny, you usually don't find these this far north. A Turgidian war mantis. They are extremely rare, having been harvested in droves for their psychoactive bodily secretions. A dragonfly Kingston, capable of carrying off medium-sized farm animals. These dragonflies are very hard to capture. Dragonfly snatchers scour the jungles for weeks to find a single one of these monsters, which are popular both as pets for bad children and as ingredients in hallucinogenics.
Right, so we have most of our ingredients. We also need an eel. A mature bleat eel. And saliva from a snavercat, which we can get from here. Firstly, the eel. All we need to do is we need to drop this basket out of the window.
An opening for fresh air and to let in some natural sound. The smell of pond scum rises up from far below. Bleed eel, like so many species in our jungles, secrete a psychoactive fluid popular among autochthon teenagers. Say, he looks like he's taking a liking to me.
We can eat all of these ingredients, but I do not recommend it. Now, for the saliva, we need this jar of jelly. Okay, that's quite convenient. Now, apparently, that is the sound of a snavacat.
The jar is empty now, save for traces of a foamy liquid.
Right, time to make the Cerebomb. So we need 5 of Crunch's legs and a cracked snap plop alive with all of her wings and legs intact. Now, Crackle Snap Plop is always this butterfly. We can identify which is which by putting each ingredient in here. Well, you can only identify one ingredient at a time, and to do that you need to put one in, press the green button, and then flush. But the problem with that is we only have one of each ingredient, so it's a case of saving and reloading to discover which is which. But fortunately, I know which is which. Well, at least I hope so. Crack Snap Plop is always the butterfly.
Oh, the humanity! Crackle Snap Plop was due to win a community service award next week. Star Killer, you were jealous of the fame, the recognition, weren't you?
And I believe that we need to use 5 of Crunch's legs. Now, Crunch is the mantis, and I believe that the dragonfly is called Twitter Pea, and the recipe can be evil. But in this occasion, we need to pull off the legs of Crunch.
So it was you all along. Why'd you have to do it, Frenchie? We was friends. We could have been partners. Right down the middle. 50-50. Why'd you have to do it?
A delicious compote, hearty, yet not lacking in zest.
This is the worst part of making Cerebomb.
Now we need the sprig of flutterweed.
Space rocket fuel.
Pardon?
A high-octane hyperspace rocket fuel.
The saliva.
A delicious compote, hearty, yet not lacking in zest.
And if all goes well, this should be the last ingredient.
Celebon, a highly addictive hallucinogen. Make sure the kids are in bed.
Groovy. Right, time to explore, well, at least a little more.
Hello.
Drug smuggler's safe house.
This is a computer-generated telephone call with a very special offer for seniors such as yourself. Stick around. Here's an offer we're sure you'll warm up to. But first, here's a brief word about a very special product just for active seniors like you.
Hi, this is Ding Dong Cough-Gas, but you know me best as the portly but endearing detective on the hit series, Hey, Somebody's Clubbed My Husband. The show was a big hit. I struck it rich on a golden river of syndications and product endorsements, a wealth and lifestyle that most seniors can only dream about. And yet, maybe I do have something in common with you. Like 47% of today's seniors, I suffer from weeds. That's UEDS, uncontrollable earwax deluge syndrome. You probably know the routine. You're at work, at a party, at the big game, or just plain old enjoying yourself with friends. And then it starts. Liter after liter of unseemly earwax cascades onto your suit, your brand new gown, completely undermining your self-esteem. You've tried everything. Surgical plugs, complicated muffs, towel after waxy towel. But now there's a better way, an easier way, a safer way. Introducing the janitor in your eardrum Ear Suction 5000, a revolutionary microchip-driven wonder cure. Just like your own personal sponge treatment facility, the Ear Suction 5000 wicks waxy moisture away from your ear and into a vacuum chamber where it is converted into harmless, semi-noxious smoke which settles unobtrusively to the floor.
Will Ear Suction 5000 interfere with my hearing?
No, not really.
Ear Suction 5000. I'm beginning to like the sound of that.
Hey, tonight is my big day. Won't Ear Suction interfere with Mother Nature?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, but there's nothing to worry about. Nearly 1/3 of the Ear Suction 5000 paraphernalia remains out of sight at all times.
That is music to my ears.
Order today, operators are standing by. And there's one more thing. Don't settle for sleazy knockoffs. Remember, it doesn't say Ear Suction 5000. It's not the Ear Suction 5000.
Thanks, Ding. You've probably wondered why we went to so much trouble to get in touch with you. It's because we have personally selected you to receive a special invitation to join a special community. Happy Branches. Now a few words about the Happy Branches community. Happy Branches is a community of active, motivated seniors. Seniors just like you.
Drug smuggler's safe house.
It's a place of serenity, of security, and of course a place full of exciting activities and camaraderie. A place where you can find a cozy private cranny to hear a book, or else share smiles and belly-shaking laughter with the other seniors. Attentive staff will see to your needs, and will cheerfully agree to look at the same pictures of your grandchildren again and again. World-class chefs will prepare the bland, repetitious menus you request, and a careful screening process ensures that only exceptional seniors are inducted into the community. People like...
Drug smuggler's safe house.
Please make your selection from the following menu of choices. At any time, press the asterisk key to return to this menu. To purchase a spot, please press 1. To sign a friend up to receive this phone call, press 2. To repeat the Happy Branches description, press 3. To repeat the Ear Suction 5000 infomercial, press 4. Please enter your assets account number now and press the pound key when you are through.
Let's not. Now we are here, the map has changed. As you can see, it says that it's a maze, but we do have a map to get through it. The cops are here, and as soon as we enter this area, without deactivating the code, then they will chase us. Now this is quite similar in a way to our flashback with Soldier, where as soon as we moved the egg into the river, the egg moved in real time. In this scenario, the cop moves in real time and it's a pain in the ass, but we'll get there shortly. But first, let's go, well, we can only really go east. That sound means that the alarm on the door has reactivated.
A genuine Berkeley lunch pail for that hermetically sealed freshness.
We need this for the Cerebomb. In some ways to keep it fresh, and in others...
That would make a lunch to remember.
And in other ways, I guess it helps disguise any smells and such. It will probably make more sense in a short while. Anyway, onwards.
There's something shiny in the bottle. I can hear echoes glinting off its metallic surface. Even my prehensile hand is too big to reach into the knothole. Ow! I'm stuck! It's a standard Autel token for use in any RPATC machine.
Right, time to head back. I'm not going to lie, this is a reload. The first one was because I double clicked and accidentally entered the safe house, triggering the alarm. Don't get me wrong, we do need to trigger the alarm, but it's best to do it from the inside coming out to give ourselves a slight advantage. And the other reloads were because this area is horrible to navigate, with this cop walking around willy-nilly. Wish me luck.
Prepare to be nibbled alive by swarms of gargle moths.
Now, I believe he follows a set path. There he goes. Now we need to stash this Cerebomb, because if we don't, we are more than likely to be caught with it.
I guess that's how you open one of these lockers.
Unable to obtain valid tailprint. Please try again.
Right, first things first. There is a specific reason, apart from the police, why we need to do this.
I cannot venture to guess what this does.
Oh, yes. It closes automatically.
Tailprint stored. Contents secure.
Right, we can now walk around this area safely. We do not need to go back into the maze. Oh, hi there.
Creeps have ears 10 times as perceptive as those of an automaton. Government units train these creatures for drug enforcement. A trained creep can hear a well-hidden supply of Cerebomb at 10 meters, even if it's packed in a vacuum-sealed pouch.
That is why we need this quiet device. But still, it won't be enough to get past these guys. The hard part is now over. I can relax. Somewhat, at least.
Thanks to public pressure, these arches were put in as extra drug detection measures. Actually, it's well known that creeps have a better success rate at nabbing smugglers.
I am not going to walk through there right now. Oh, okay. This number, I believe, is randomized, but it's the same number that I had during my test run. Wine, Whistle, Tap Tap, the head creep trainer. Now that is a number we need to make a note of. The plastic container and the quiet device is not enough to get past these creeps. I mean, I believe it can get past the archway, but we need to take out these creeps somehow. And we do that by visiting the kennels just here. But before then,
Please key in party's Autel account number now.
All right, Gargle, get this straight. I don't have nothing to do with those guys anymore. I only bet on the crabs nowadays. You gotta believe me.
fair enough. I can guarantee that if you had entered this room with the Cerebomb, pale or no pale, then we would be in a lot of trouble right now. Wow, nice earring.
Nice earring. Looks like this guy could use some stimulation, or at least some stimulants. He must be a pretty crabby character not to do a high one.
Name's Wine Whistle Tap Tap. What can I do for you, buddy? I'm the official queep trainer. Not that that means much. Mostly I just feed the queeps and send them out for duty.
Duty or duty?
I don't know what your story is, buddy, but you should do something about your voice. I can't understand a thing you're saying.
Ah, that's the laryngitis.
Who do you think you are, coming in here and handing out orders? Don't push it, buddy. Look, if you're not gonna say anything, why don't you move along, buddy? I've got schedules to calculate and queeps to feed. Beat it!
Blast his laryngitis!
There are two queeps on guard at the same time, but if we look at this book...
This looks like the standard logbook you find in most government offices.
Well, Wine Whistle Tap Tap rotates which queeps are on guard at different times. Well, he rotates them, so I believe I know which ones are going to be next. I'm not too sure how many different entries there is going to be. So let's take a closer look at these cages. Well, at least these bowls.
Queep food looks even worse than gulp fart soup. Not very appetizing, I must say.
Stay back, bub. Those are for my queeps.
Yeah. Wine Whistle Tap Tap is not going to let us anywhere near these bowls, so we need to distract him. And this is where we phone a friend. Oh yes.
This usually works.
Please key in party's hotel account number now.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Happy Branches sales team. At any point during this call, press the asterisk key to skip to the main menu. Stick around. We have an offer we're sure you'll warm up to. But first, here's a brief word about a very special product. Please make your selection from the following menu of choices. At any time, press the asterisk key to return to this menu. To purchase a spot, please press 1. To sign a friend up to receive this phone call, press 2. Please enter your friend's hotel account number now and press the pound key when you are through. Thanks. I'm sure your friend will really appreciate your thoughtfulness. Please make your selection from the following menu of choices. At any time, press the asterisk.
Goodbye. There we go. So who is out right now? A and E. There is no entry for the next two that are going to be sent, but I have written these down. I hope these aren't randomized. So we need to break apart this DOS tablet, or should I say DOS tablet. And it's going to be I. And D. I believe the ones that are on rotation after these two are C and G. So all we need to do now is wait. Let's step outside. Now with any luck... Ah, there we go. That works out quite nicely. So hopefully the rotation list is not randomized.
Creeps have ears 10 times as perceptive as those of an automaton. Government units train these creatures for drug enforcement. A trained creep can hear a well-hidden supply of cerebom at 10 meters, even if it's packed in a vacuum-sealed pouch.
Right, that's fine. Now let's open this up.
Tailprint accepted. Tailprint stored. Contents secure.
Right, so the creeps are now indisposed. We just need to find a way to get past this arch. The cerebom is already in this container. Now we need to use this quiet device. Now with any luck, this should work. Two, 5, 6, 9. That lucky number is randomized, so we need to make note of it.
So, are you ready to do some business? I've got quality.
I'll have to get back to you later.
Yeah, you do that.
Right, that is part 1 of saving Elias's life. Let's move on to step 2.
Definitely not the kind of guy you'd want to push too far.
Right, now we head back down.